Hi everybody, you're at home on the tools with James, and today we're in the backyard checking out the Idech power rotary scissors. So I've had these scissors for about a year now. I was scrolling through Instagram one day and up in the feed popped up this company by the name of brand Idech. And basically it's a Japanese company, they're made in Japan. And I was watching the footage and it was basically a guy who looked like he was a council worker. Was using this thing in rice paddies, underwater, he was cutting grass, cutting out weeds. It was a do-all tool, and I had heard on a few of the lawn sites that these power rotary scissors were all the rage if you wanted to basically do away with a line trimmer, and if you've got a cylinder mower and you want to still have the same type of finish to your lawn, which is like a cut, like scissor finish, you needed to get yourself one of these. So I did a little bit of research, and luckily for me and everybody else, we were able to get this in Australia. There's a company in Queensland, I believe they are, by the name of Old Time Parts. You can look them up on their website. Made this available. Now it was quite expensive. It was $430 for the attachment, and the attachment's very, very heavy, but I want to tell you why it's absolutely worth it. When I bought this, it's a tool. It's an attachment tool that goes on the end of a line tripper or a whippersnipper. And probably the thing that I found a little difficult when I bought it is that there wasn't too many people modding these things up, or I didn't have a tool that I could attach it to easily when I did it. So I had to do a bit of a trial and error myself at the time when I got it. Now I'm sure there's plenty of videos out there that will show you how you can do it. But I bought the tool, and then I'll go through what attachment I've used here, and I've actually got a Ryobi line trimmer here, and I'll show you how I make it work with this head. But great bit of kit. So basically it's what it says it is. It's a power rotary scissors. So you can see actually I'll spin it over here. It's got two blades. One spins anti-clockwise, one spins clockwise, and obviously giving you a scissor cut here as it passes through it. It turns very quickly. It is quite loud and it is quite heavy, so there are a couple of points there to consider. Doesn't need a great deal of maintenance. Sure, if the blades get dull, you can see this circlip here. You can pull a circlip out, have that taken out, and take the actual blades into a swordsmith, and they'll be able to sharpen that, no worries for you. Like I said, I've been using this now for about a year. I do all my edges. I do around the water meter. I do around all the letterbox or hard to reach places, and it gives me that real scissor cut finish where the line trimmer, leaves all those marks, and you end up flicking rocks and breaking windows, which I've definitely done that. This thing's brilliant. Doesn't throw rocks. You can cut right up to edges, concrete. Get into the fine nooks and crannies, and it's cutting the grass just absolutely beautiful. So it is a really good bit of machinery, and I'll give you a bit of a look at how it rolls. But what I'll do first is we might go through how we set it up, what I've done to get the Ryobi to mount to fit this. So if you want to do it yourself, you can do it yourself. Obviously, if you're a warranty type person, I'm pretty sure you'll avoid your warranty on Ryobi if you do this mod. I've been going for a year now. Love it. I wouldn't turn back. So let's have a closer look. All right, so you can see here we've got the Ryobi machine now. One thing to note here, I had the 18 plus range, the 18 volt 1 plus range, I think Ryobi call it. And I did try to get away with a line trimmer in the beginning that ran an 18 volt battery. It just doesn't have enough oomph to run these scissors. It wasn't optimal at all, and it would be burning out the motor pretty quickly in the machine. So I actually had to go and get a 36 volt one. So don't cheap out. Learn from my mistakes. Go the 36 volt route, or even the 48 volt one would probably even be better again. This does chew through the battery pretty quick. I only got the 2 amp one. I think this machine in total was $349 at the local Bunnings here that we have in Australia. But readily available. You can get them in every town across Australia pretty much will have these. So the 36 volt one, I've got a 2 amp battery. That allows me pretty well much to get around my entire front and backyard, around the edges and everything I need to do. So that's the way to go. Now this one here is, spin it around this way. it's the expanded range. So when you do get it, when you are doing your research, you need to get one that has got the expanded range, because basically what you've got here is you'll have a gearbox at the end of the shaft here, and what you'll notice is that it's removable. There's a couple of Allen's key bolts in here. Now, if you get the straight shaft one that's just all one piece, it's not going to work. You need to be able to obviously take the attachment off. So really quite simple. This attachment head's got 2 Allen key screws here, and the power rotary scissors that you can see came with a little gear that goes inside here, and you put the gear inside the shaft that suits Ryobi. It tells you which one is which I'll give you a bit of a look at in a minute. And basically you put that little gear wheel in, you bolt the head on, and you're good to go. So I'll give you a bit of a look at what that looks like. All right, so we'll have a look at how we attach this head. So basically, when you buy your line trimmer, you've got the old line trimmer head here. You'll see that it has got the gearbox with both the mounting bolt and the grommet bolt, which holds it in place. So I'm not going to use this. I won't use a line trimmer ever again after buying this machine. So take the top off. Let's get rid of that. The kit, the Idech rotary scissor kit, when you get it, will come with this hardware kit. So you can see there I've used SQ in the Ryobi. There are other attachments there that will suit your Echoes, your Husqvarna, your Stihl, etc. So I needed to use the SQ, and it comes with some collars. Now these collars are really important to make sure that you can get this shaft to marry up with that shaft without any play. Now the one I used for this Ryobi mob, it's labelled 25.4 on the side. I don't know if the camera's picking that up that great, but that's the one you need for this application. So really simple. I've already got this in the machine. All that did was press into the shaft inside there. Pretty straightforward. Pull that out of there, put it into there, and you're golden. The sleeve itself, really quite easy as well. All we do with that, pop it up. It does have a groove in it, so it's got the groove it's got a little groove on this. It needs to match up with the bottom, and that slides in there like so. Then it's just a matter of pushing onto the shaft, the whipper snipper, and then doing up your bolts, and you get the idea. And then you tighten those up. So basically it's easy as that, and then you're off and running. So let's go and have a look at what the machine actually does.
So you can get a bit of an idea about the noise that the thing makes. So it is a little bit loud. You can see here now I'm just walking with the blade flat down to the ground. Cuts it at about probably 20 mils, I would say. Nice just for cleaning up the edges. You don't have to get the cylinder mower too close to the edge that way, which is great. And then you'll see I've just tilted it on the side there. You can get a really nice edge. It does make a pretty thick edge. Not everyone likes that, but it makes really short work of it. And you can see that I haven't mowed for a little while. It's winter here, so it has cooled right off. You can see a bit of thatch, but this thing just absolutely rips through it, as you can see, making very short work of it. So you can see in slow motion here, the blades passing across each other, and it makes really short work of the grass, and that's where that bit of noise comes from, and the friction. So you've got to make sure you always keep the thing greased. But it gives you a bit of an idea of how it does its thing. So another thing it's really handy for is getting rid of the grass that overgrows into stone walkways, or into anywhere you've got weeds growing. You can see here it just goes through it like butter. The ground is pretty damp here at the moment, but even when it's dry, these scissors just make really short work of ripping out any sort of weeds. Now, the other added advantage is it actually doesn't throw stones. You could literally walk past this thing with bare legs and not get peppered with stones like if you did that with a line trimmer. You'd be bleeding in the shins, like we've probably all been there. But you can see that this thing just does its job. You can see a few little rocks pop up there, but it's certainly not getting flicked around. So it's another really good feature of this machine.
And there you go. And as you can see, they work really well. They're super effective, and I'm sure if you were to go out and purchase yourself one of these, you would absolutely say the same thing, and probably never look at another line trimmer again. I wouldn't have thought. Probably just want to cover off just a bit of the maintenance stuff with this attachment. It's really basic and easy, but look after it. It'll last you your lifetime. So there's 2 Allen key bolts in the top here. Undo them with an Allen key periodically. Get your little grease gun and just pump it full of grease. You keep that loaded with that, and you'll be laughing. And another thing I like to do, it's certainly not a requirement, but I like to do on any of my equipment that gets brightened up in use, and then it sits in the shed throughout winter when the lawn's a bit dormant. I just like to spray it with a bit of oil. Really doesn't matter what oil you use, to be honest, as long as you've got a bit of a coating on there. You can even use, nick inside and grab the cooking oil and give it a quick spray, and it will stop it from rusting and wearing out prematurely. So couple of top tips from me. That's it. We're going to end the video there. If you liked the video, we'd love a like, and if you want to see more videos like this and you want to subscribe, absolutely feel free to do that too. But you've been at Home on the Tools with James, and I'll see you in the next one.